You know, when you have a really bad habit that you continue to put off and you are aware of it, but then act you don't act on it enough to where it starts destroying your life. That's extreme, but it starts coming up with it starts bleeding into everything in your life. Everyone, multiple people keep telling you about it. You start to see how it's affecting your results, your work, your home life, your self-care, your health. Mine is, as a lot of you guys know probably who's been following me, is consistency. I really struggle with keeping my word. It's something I feel really bad about, because it's like, who would want to be around, who can ever trust, that feels like a thing that, you would think that you want to prioritize. It also sounds really easy, but I am a very freedom oriented person. I'm a stubborn ass person, meaning I like to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it freely, but it feels very selfish. I mean, and almost impossible to ever do anything, so I'm trying to improve on that. And the first step is acknowledging it and sharing it, and hopefully taking action finally and taking it seriously, because it's affecting everything in my life. And then I ask myself, what is my problem with consistency? And I think, if I'm honest, I feel like it's a threat to my freedom. Consistency makes me feel like I have an obligation, which feels like a threat to my freedom. But then it's like, but I also do want to have, I feel like in life you need other people, you need to show up, you need to keep your word. So it's like trying to balance this negative ideal that I have. Is like, if I, if me. Oranges. We got a lot of oranges. Lemons. Milk. Those people. That's me. Seems like 20 or not. Plants do have 13 too in there. You just have to be a lot of them. Tomato. Okay, earphones in. We made it to the gym. I don't know what that was. I like to try to squeeze that. We got the gym equipment. We got the water. Let's go, girl, boy, whoever you are watching this. Let's go. Let's do this. Alone. We did it. We're doing it for ourselves, okay? We don't need other people to be productive and take care of ourselves. It starts with us. Let's go. Let me tell you something. Nothing feels... Let me tell you something. Nothing feels so fucking powerful, so fucking fuels you up with confidence, like you are that bad bitch that nobody can stop, when you take your ass to the gym, when you take your ass to that dance class, when you take your ass to do something for your fucking body, and you don't wait for a single fucking person. It's okay if you have your buddy, but you know you gonna go and get it regardless because it's for you. Nothing fucking feels so empowering, you know? Yes, we get in those stages where we just are just laying on the floor. Life seems to be like, or sitting on our couch, feeling stuck, feeling like we're just living in our mind of like what we want to do, but oh, life is so hard. And yes, we get into those stages. But when you decide to finally stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself and staying stuck and drowning in your sorrows, and you finally decide that enough is a fucking enough of you feeling sad, when you're feeling unhealthy, feeling just like you're not taking care of yourself, feeling fucking your pockets hurting because you haven't been valuing yourself to get another fucking job that pays you what you're fucking worth, to all these things. When you fucking get tired of not living the dream that you know that you can achieve, when you fucking get tired of making excuses and feeling sorry for yourself, and something finally fucking clicks in your head that if you continue to repeat this self-sabotaging cycle of woe is me, life is so hard, are you fucking kidding me? Do you not know? Take your ass back into, maybe you need to get humbled and go back into time where shit was popping off. And Lord forbid, I don't know, times are uncertain. History seems to be repeating itself. So I need you, while the world is you semi have freedom and things are not popping off as much as it used to pop off back then, to get up with the freedom and time and your body and do something before you look up and you're dead. You're dead. Okay, that was a little dark, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm talking to myself too, because I was that person. I have been that person for a lot of on and off of this year of like, okay, I'm gonna do it, okay, I can't do it, oh, I'm so tired, oh, like all of life, all of my mistakes, all of da woe is me, oh da. And yeah, like it can really weigh on you heavily living in your mind. But living in your mind, those who stay living in their minds are the ones that's going to be left behind. And you're just going to continue to just be sad and sorry for yourself, while other people that's in the same situations as you, if not worse, are out there fucking getting it because they realize that there is no fucking choice. And they're inspired by the people who went and did it, who had even worse adversities than what we're currently going through. Like, yes, mental health is a thing, but do you realize the mental health of the people back in that came before us, our ancestors. Come on. Come on. Get over yourself. The body, you are stronger than you realize. And we have just let our mind consume us. Just get up, break the cycle, do something different. Get over your fucking self. If people who have been through way worse were able to do it, you got no excuse. And I'm talking to me too, Jess. Enough is fucking enough. Okay, hi. It is 10:41. It's 10:41, March 8th. I'm just waking up because I went to sleep really late last night, and I haven't sat down and did what I call my spiritual wellness practice. I try to do it every morning to have quiet time with myself, to connect to my intuition. It's kind of like a check-in with myself, to know that I'm living in like my purpose, and I'm living connected to my intuition. And I believe intuition comes from a higher power and just speaks through me. But the only way that's able to do it, the only way I'm able to like hear that guidance, inner guidance, which comes through thoughts or feelings, gut feelings, like not sometimes thoughts, but not like anxious thoughts. It's like a knowing of like, it's like a little, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. That's another video, but the point is, I'm only able to like gather myself after I've just lived outside of life. If I just have moments where I like to I do 15 minutes. I didn't start off with 15 minutes. I started off with 5 minutes when I just started. But in the beginning, I would just sit, put a 5-minute timer on, and force myself to just sit, eyes closed, and just breathe and just focus on that. And then I'll journal. I use and then after that, after I sit in stillness, sit in silence, and just, my mind will still be going, I'll have certain thoughts, but I will just kind of refocus on my breath. It's normal for your mind to veer, especially if you're just getting used to sitting in silence. The goal is not to silence your mind. The goal is to just continue to center yourself on your breath. Like, I try to focus on my breath, breathing in and breathing out, and I try to just focus on that. But anyways, the point is, after that, I journal, and I use my Astro Planner by Chani, which I. Okay, so then I like to grab my Astro Planner. This is by the Chani app. I love this. I will highly recommend this. It's amazing. But I go and I just write down what came up during that time of stillness. And I just jot everything down. Sometimes it's like just anxious thoughts, fearful things, crazy things. And sometimes, it's like just like things that that align with me, or goals that I want, or anything like that. And I've done that for about 2 years now, and I've developed my intuition. I kind of know, like now I know what's anxious thoughts and what's fearful, like what's anxious and fear coming through. I can discern between the feeling of that, and now I've also, like, the weirdest thing, I feel like I've developed my intuition to know, like, what a higher power, which I believe in God, and I also believe in spirit guides. I feel like we have a spirit team, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher self, all of that. I call it my spiritual team. So I kind of intertwine God and spirit team together, because really, we don't know. Like, there's so many people who think they know, but like, unless you've died and then came back to life, which people have claimed that, but no one knows. People could just lie. But whatever there is a higher power, okay? There is a higher thing. So the point is, it doesn't really matter about the technicalities of what we call it, per se. It's just a knowing that there's more outside of us than we know. And if we take time of stillness, which is connecting from that, whatever is meant to be our inner guidance, we can hear that. Sometimes we get lost in the noise, and it's important to hear people's advice, and it's important to like learn things from people, but you need to also come back after that, which is what I'm doing. I've had a lot of things happening in my life, and a lot of lessons, a lot of talking to other people, and I just feel like I need to just sit with all of this. So okay, so I have my 15-minute timer on. I have a singing bowl, so I like to start off with kind of like, I like to kind of start off by doing this to kind of center myself before I get into the practice and stillness. Anyway, I can go into the step-by-steps, but I'm about to sit here for 15 minutes because I just have had a lot on my mind. There's a lot happening energetically, guys, and those who are more sensitive to energy are feeling it the most, but I can guarantee a lot of us are rethinking a lot of things and going through like emotions, and it's important. This Pisces season wants us to do this, sit in silence and connect to a higher power. Okay, I'm finished. I feel really aligned and I have a lot of clarity, and I wrote a lot down, and now I'm ready to start my day. So hi, my name is Jessica, and I am an Atlanta-based astrologer who hosts monthly women's circles
For the full moons and the new moons, I like to gather like-minded women together to connect, to learn, to heal in a safe space. So we pretty much talk about what we're going through, what we're feeling in the moment. Moons bring up a lot of feelings, full moons, new moons, and a lot of releasing and manifesting and a lot of things. So I try to allow a safe space to do that, as well as spiritual wellness practices, and also relate everything to the astrology, do a group reading with cards, and just so much more. So I'm going to be offering that for the eclipse coming up, and I'm going to do an in-person one, but I'm also going to be doing a virtual one. So if you are interested in any of those, then you can
Hi, my name is Jess. I'm an astrologer, and I'm going to be hosting a spring equinox circle on March 20th. And we're going to be doing a meditation. I'm going to be talking about the astrology for spring and letting you know how it's going to affect you in your personal lives. We'll be doing a group readings, we'll do journal prompt questions, we'll do manifesting, and just so much more. So circles are a great opportunity to gather with like-minded people that are usually on some sort of spiritual or healing journey, and a good way to connect with the seasons to manifest what you're wanting to bring in for that season. So if that seems interesting to you, we would love to have you, and I hope to see you there.
For the past 30 days, we've done a lot of crying, sleeping, looking at the ways that we hold ourselves back, that we've been holding ourselves back by the things that we can't see, but the things that hold us down like weights, our minds, anxieties, self-doubt, our past haunting us, maybe some past mistakes, maybe fear of making the same mistakes. We've had to maybe forgive ourselves and know that in order for us to push forward, we have to let that baggage go. forgiving ourselves, but also forgiving others. No longer are we using the past as excuses. We've been grieving. Whether, I'm sure there's maybe people who's navigated through actual grief, but for a lot of us too, it's been a grief of a part of ourselves that we know has to essentially die for us to be able to move forward. You can't hold on. You can't allow yourself to continue certain habits or let your mind or your shadows hold you back from moving forward. The past 30 days have been exhausting. If you have felt like you haven't had the energy to do much and you once again have been just sleeping, good job. Congratulations, you've been doing the right things that you've been meaning to do. The past 30 days have been about healing and closing some doors, closing some chapters in our lives that we needed to do so we could move forward into now where we are today. Day 1. Today is Aries season, baby. So that means no more excuses. You are at level 1. Say this is a game, you are at level 1. So that past stuff, what happened yesterday, what happened even earlier this year. This whole year has been a rough start. But we're not bringing that into today. This is spring, baby. Aries season, baby. It's due season, okay? So I need you to wake up today and for the rest of this year and do. And if you don't do, you don't get to complain about how you're not happy about where you are, because it's on you. And you, obviously, we are going through things in our lives and there's things that we can't control, but you always have something that you can't control. If you have a phone and you're watching this, just know it's time to take back your power, reclaim your life again. Whatever the fuck happened yesterday or earlier this year or last year, let it fucking go. Okay? Because the world doesn't care, unfortunately, and you have to move on. There is no choice. So reclaim your power and do something about it. Do something about it today. Do something that is going to ignite that fire back in your chest. Okay? Rise up. Rise up from whatever slump you've been in. You have every right to have taken some time for yourself, I hope. But it's time to start doing. No more excuses. I've been trying to wake up at 5 a.m., this is my goal for the longest, and I have been letting my mind, every morning I wake up, hit snooze, have been doing that on repeat, and have been feeling like I don't have enough time in the day. Why? Why you think? You've been letting your mind run you. This morning, I said, fuck that.
Last night, actually, I prayed and told God to wake me up at 5 a.m. Help me wake up at 5 a.m. And I woke up. The alarm woke me up. And I remember, I turned it off. And I remember my mind was like, ooh, it's so cozy. Nope. I got up. You ain't gonna run me no more. You ain't gonna make me your bitch anymore. I'm about to show you mine who's in control. From now on, we stop the cycle. The cycle stops here. So what cycle in your life are you ready to stop? Requires doing something different. Break the cycle. Take the action. Reclaim your power. You got this. Let's go. Hi. I am I'm on my way to a very, very special weekend event that I was so sweetly invited to be a part of. And it is the owner of the metaphysical business. So I am helping her build her brand on social media. She is a spiritual mentor, a spiritual success coach, and obviously a business owner of a metaphysical store. She invited me to come to her this program that she has called Wake Up Your Soul. And it's supposed to wake up your soul, meaning like wake up your soul to your purpose, to your calling, and to remove or take, if you've been experiencing like certain blocks that's been keeping you from doing what you know your soul has called for you to do. It's like waking it up. So that I did not do it justice at all, but yeah, I'm promoting this, but I know it's better for me to, be involved and actually do it, experience it before I, so I can be. I'm gonna need Cancer to get out of Mars. I'm so fucking tired of this Cancer energy. No offense to Cancers, but Mars and Cancer, anybody with that sign, I commend you, that placement, because I don't know how you do it. But as an Aries moon going through all this Aries energy, and then the Mars and Cancer on top of that, is really, really, really causing a mixture of disaster. We have a lot of Aries season fire, Aries energy fire happening here, okay? And then we have this Mars and Cancer, which is very emotionally heightened, okay? Which mixturing, then it's the Mars. So mixing heightened emotions with anger is really, really, really not a good mix. And I'm feeling it so much as a Capricorn Mercury. So anybody with Capricorn energy, bless your heart, because I know you're going through it. And I'm just like trying to not like snap, because I know that that's going to cause, I'm going to regret that, And I'm just trying to, like, when I start to feel it bubbling and the emotions just want to come out,
but it's really hard to do that in the moment. And I just finished getting tested, and I felt myself letting my emotions overcome me. And I realized that, damn, I was doing it again. This fucking Mars and fucking Cancer got to me again. Oh, gosh. And this Aries energy, too. So, I'm going to breathe. This is your reminder to breathe through the emotions. Don't snap, okay? You're going to regret the snapping. Unless it's on your pillow or something. Then snap it out on that pillow. Hi, how was everyone after that Aries eclipse? The biggest theme from that eclipse was fear. I just finished a meditation and I wanted to give a little message. Something came to me and I wanted to say it. So, people are being driven by their fears and they need to get grounded. Today, the moon is in Taurus, so I want you to do something that helps you to be grounded. Whether that's meditation that grounds you, whether that's going for a walk, whether that's dancing, you need to be present in your body and less moved by any emotions or overthinking. So here are some ways to ground yourself. Pick one and do that today, tomorrow, and whenever you start to feel your fear overtaking you, try that.